Hello and welcome to the presentation of my portfolio. As you can see here, this is my homepage, and I actually started creating this site in my very first class that I took in the program, which was digital media productions. And I took advantage of one project that Dr. Stansberry offered, which was to create a website in HTML5 because I knew that we had to do our portfolio by the end of the program. So I took advantage of that, which is one thing that I've really appreciated about this whole program, which has been that um, each class kind of offers you a little bit of progress towards requirements and really allows you to build upon that as you go along. So this is my website. I used Wix to create it, as you can see by the many ads that they put on here if you don't pay them for it. Also, you can see here at the top left corner my logo for Designs in Sunshine. I also created that in the digital media production class because I wanted to use my site also as my own personal portfolio beyond just my master's, but as an instructional designer. And so I branded it. I branded it as Designs in Sunshine and created that also for one of my projects. So as I mentioned, this doubles as my ID portfolio site. So you'll see I also have that on here. So after I created this site for that class, I actually went back in and based on some feedback, I think from all three of you, you've given me feedback along the way. I built in accessibility features and made sure I had proper headers and alt text and things like that. And I also wanted to just make sure that everything was formatted to have the same fonts throughout, same colors throughout. I chose a specific color theme that I wanted to keep throughout, a specific design. And so you'll see that each page should look the same, have the same fonts and same design as all of the other pages. Also, one thing that I went back and did was after the computer-based instructional development class, we talked about in there with Dr. Asino how you can map out your site before you begin to build it. And I hadn't done that the first time. And so one of the major changes I made was I actually went back and mapped out my whole site and made some major structural changes because it just made more sense once I could see it all on paper. So thanks for that. Alrighty, let's go through and take a little bit of a tour. You'll see here, this is my home page. My tagline here, I came up with I was at a work seminar and came up with it there, so I've decided to add it here. I have a little bit of a welcome message. It's very simple, but it lets people know that I'm displaying my work, and I hope that they enjoy it. The next tab here is my master's portfolio. I have a drop down here, or you can click on it and go to the page. And I give a quick description of the master's portfolio and what it means and what it entails. And then you can see here that I have linked everything from my statement of professional goals in my reflective essay to showcasing all of my work for each of my classes. And there are 12 classes, as you can see here. I've put them in order that I took them, but that's not important to anybody. So when you hover over it, it kind of changes to let you know you're hovering. And you can click on any of the links, or as you saw, you could also click on from the drop down if you're on a different page. So let's go ahead. I'll just click on one to give you an idea. Let's start with the EDTC 5113, the digital media production that I mentioned before. And then each page kind of has just a listing of the projects, the major projects that I did for that class. You'll see the first one up here is my logo that I talked about before, my Designs in Sunshine logo. And I give my paragraph description of it. And as you scroll down, you just see each project that I did. Here's my digital storytelling project that I talked about, my husband and mine's love story. And as you scroll, you can just see more and more. This links to part of the old parts of my site that I had built for the class. So this is just one example. If we go back to the portfolio page, you also saw that I had my documents here. Let's go back over. And so we'll look at my statement of professional goals. And instead of putting that in a PDF, I thought it'd be nice to just add that here As I mentioned, how we were able to work on things throughout the program, this was one we had done in Dr. Penny's class. And so at the end of the program here, I went back through and read through it and kind of evaluated where I was at with my goals and what I had said I wanted to do in the program and where I was at now. And I was very pleasantly surprised, obviously, like I had planned this, but I was excited to see that I had actually accomplished the goals that I set out to, what I had set out to learn and the purpose I had wanted to learn it throughout my master's program. And I list a few things in my original statement of goals, and then I talk about it here. But just different things that I've now gone on to. I have a conference presentation that I'm going to be doing in the fall. I've done some trainings and just different things based off of what I've learned here, and I've transferred that to my job and to just different areas that I've really been able to benefit from this program. Now, let's take a look at some of the other links that I have here. I have my ID portfolio, which I mentioned before, and this is just mainly things that I've worked on at work. It's not fully complete yet with everything that I've ever done, but it's pretty much a lot of things that I've done so far since I've worked here at the library, or at OSU at the library. You click, for example, on online modules, it just gives you a brief description and a screenshot of some of the modules that I've created. And I invite you to take a look at that and also the rest of my master's portfolio. Please, at your leisure, take a look through each one of those links. I think it would take an incredibly long time if I walked you through each of them, so I invite you to explore that on your own. My next link up here is my CV. I was happy this year to finally convert that to a CV from a resume, and I felt like I could now that I've actually published a few things, that I could make the big jump to that. So if you go through here, you can see I have it all listed out, and it goes down. And one of the feedbacks that I actually got throughout my website process was to put a back to top button here so that people didn't get down here and then have to scroll all the way back up. So feel free to look through that. There it goes. My next link is my About Me. Excuse me. And on this page, I have a little bit of a little picture here, which is my professional photo from work, and just a brief description about my background, how I got to be where I am now, what I like to do for fun. I've even linked a Canva About Me infographic that I created for one of my classes, in case people want to know more and see some pictures of me and my family. And the final link here is my contact. I do plan to hopefully use this site in the future, like I mentioned, as my portfolio just for if I would like to do contract work or, years down the line when I'm looking at other employers to showcase my work. And so I do hope that if I am looking to do some contract work, people can, use my contact form, or if they're interested in any of the library templates that I have up there. I openly share all of the resources that I create with Creative Commons licenses, and so I do hope that people will, contact me for one reason or another. I think Dr. Stansberry and Dr. Penny have contacted me through here just to say, hey, looks good. So I appreciate that. But anyway, this has been the tour of my webpage or my portfolio. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I've really enjoyed my time in this program, and it has been a pleasure to work with each faculty member in this department. I can't speak highly enough of my experience and of the people that I've worked with. It has been an excellent time. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you so much.